Picture this. Your dream calls, and fear hits decline. New job, big move, launching that idea, and suddenly your chest tightens, your brain says, not today. Here's the thing, fear isn't proof you're not ready. It's proof you're right at the edge of growth. Now, if I handed you 7 tiny keys that unlock action, even while you're scared, would you use them? Stay with me. We'll break fear's grip in minutes. And number 7, it might change how you see fear forever. Today on Life Boom Mindset, 7 motivational quotes to overcome fear and take bold action. Deep breath. Let's start. 1. I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. Nelson Mandela. Mandela knew fear. 27 years in prison for what he believed. He wasn't fearless. He was forward, even with fear beside him. Real life? First time you spoke in class. Hands shaking, voice quivering, yet you finished. First job interview. Stomach in knots, but you showed up anyway. That's courage in motion. Quick check. Where are you waiting for fear to vanish before you move? Micro tip. Don't say, I need to stop being afraid. Say, I'm going to do it afraid. One small step. Send the email. Make the call. Hit publish. That's how you win round 1. 2. Do one thing every day that scares you. Eleanor Roosevelt. Here's the wild part. Eleanor wasn't born fearless. She was shy, anxious, even afraid of public speaking. But she became one of the most influential first ladies because she made courage a daily habit. Now think about it. Maybe for you, it's starting a conversation with someone new, or raising your hand in that meeting, or even saying no when you usually say yes. Each small stretch shrinks fear a little. Like lifting weights, you get stronger rep by rep. So, what's one tiny scary rep you can try today? Micro tip. Make a quick fear list. 3 little things that scare you. Circle 1. Do it today. Tomorrow gets easier. 3. The only thing we have to fear is fear itself. Franklin D. Roosevelt. It was 1933, the Great Depression. People had lost jobs, homes, hope. Fear froze the country more than poverty itself. FDR stood up and said fear, not reality, was the real enemy. Fast forward to now, most of our fears, they're in our heads. You stress for days before a presentation and then realize it wasn't so bad. You avoid a tough talk with a friend, finally do it, and think, why didn't I handle this sooner? So pause for a second. Are you afraid of the actual problem or just the idea of it? Micro tip. Next time fear shows up, grab paper, write down the worst case scenario. You'll see most of it lives in your imagination, not reality. 4. Have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs built Apple not by playing it safe, but by trusting his gut again and again. He dropped out of college, started a company in his garage, and kept pushing even after being fired from his own company. His heart and intuition guided him to create products that changed the world. For you, maybe it's that creative idea you've been sitting on, or that career shift you secretly dream about but haven't dared to try. Deep down, your gut already knows the answer. You just have to listen. So, let me ask, are you letting fear silence that inner voice? Quick tip. When faced with a big decision, try this. Close your eyes and imagine you've already made the bold choice. Do you feel lighter or heavier? That feeling is your intuition talking. 5. Do the thing you fear, and the death of fear is certain. Ralph Waldo Emerson. Emerson was a philosopher who believed that fear only has as much power as we give it. And he was right. Fear hates action. The moment you face it head-on, it begins to die. Think about jumping into a pool of cold water. The first second shocks you, but once you're in, you adjust. Or the time you finally went to the dentist after years of avoiding it, only to realize it wasn't nearly as painful as your mind had built it up to be. So what's your cold water moment, the thing you've been putting off just because it's scary? Tip for you. Pick one fear you've avoided for too long and do it within the next 24 hours. Action is the fastest antidote to fear. 6. Courage is resistance to fear, mastery of fear, not absence of fear. Mark Twain. Mark Twain, the brilliant author behind Tom Sawyer and Huckleberry Finn, understood that fear never really goes away. Even the bravest people feel it. The difference is they learn how to master it. Think about firefighters running into burning buildings or athletes stepping onto the field before a big game. Their nerves are real, but they've trained themselves to act anyway. Or maybe closer to home, you sending that first email to pitch your business idea. Fear doesn't vanish, but you press send anyway. Let me ask, what's one area in your life where you could train yourself to act despite fear? Tip: start with something small, like speaking up once in a meeting or volunteering for a task. Each repetition builds your fear muscle stronger. 7. Life shrinks or expands in proportion to one's courage. Anais. Anais was a writer who lived boldly, refusing to let fear box her in. Her words remind us that courage doesn't just change moments, it changes the size of your entire life. When you say no to fear and yes to courage, your world expands. That could mean signing up for that class you've been curious about, launching a side hustle, or simply being honest with someone you love. Every courageous choice adds more space, more opportunities, more life. So here's the question: are you letting fear shrink your world or courage expand it? Quick tip: whenever you feel fear closing in, flip it. Ask yourself, if I choose courage here, how might my world expand? Then take that step. So let's wrap this up. Fear isn't your enemy. It's actually your compass. Each of these quotes shows us that courage isn't the absence of fear, it's choosing to act anyway. Now, it's your turn. What's one bold step you'll take this week to face your fear? Drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear it. And if this video gave you even a spark of courage, hit that like button, share it with a friend who needs it, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories and motivation here on Life Boom Mindset. Remember, fear shrinks when courage grows. So keep going. Your future is waiting.